This video provides a quick overview of the Challenge curriculum, the curriculum that replaced the Liberal Arts Perspective or LAP curriculum for students matriculating on or after fall 2020. In the Challenge curriculum, students must still take 34 course credits to graduate, including their general education, graduation, and major requirements, as well as any electives. General education has 7 requirements focused on how disciplines ask and answer questions and on bringing disciplinary perspectives together to engage contemporary and enduring challenges. General education starts with the first term seminar and includes 5 disciplinary areas: arts, human behavior and social institutions, humanities, natural science, and theological studies. Students cannot use more than 2 courses from one department to fulfill the disciplinary areas. General education culminates with a challenge seminar, an interdisciplinary capstone in which students work on addressing a challenge by drawing what they have learned in their general education courses. Gustavus then has graduation requirements. These are a set of requirements focused on skills, aptitudes, and habits of mind. These requirements include global affairs and cultures, U.S. identities and difference, well-being, and quantitative and analytical reasoning. Students fulfill their 4-course writing requirement by taking at least 1 Writing and Information Literacy or Writ-L course, and then 3 other writing courses, which can be a combination of Writ-D, Writ-L, and Writ. Most students receive one of their Writ courses in FTS. Writ courses must come from at least 2 departments, one of which can be that FTS course. Students must also take 2 semesters of college-level non-English language, 3 semesters if they're in the 3 Crowns program. Finally, all students must take 2 January term courses. Now for some details. You may wonder why some things are general education requirements and some are graduation requirements, and what's part of the Challenge curriculum and what's not. Those are fair questions. Part of the confusion stems from a difference between how we use these terms around campus. We often refer to both general education and graduation requirements simply as general education or the Challenge curriculum, and the technical differences between them. Here's when it matters most. The difference matters when faculty apply for course designations. Courses can carry 2 designations. You'll hear this called the rule of 2, but not 2 general education designations. So a course can be, say, Nat Sci and Quant, but not Nat Sci and Theol. Courses also can't be both Global Affairs and Cultures and U.S. Identities and Difference, or have 2 Writ designations. General education courses must also address the general education student learning outcomes, while the graduation requirements don't have to do that. Here, the course proposal form and the assessment director will guide you. A couple of other notes. January term operates differently in the Challenge curriculum than it did in LAP. LAP students could only count 2 January terms toward their total of 34 course credits. Challenge curriculum students can count their 3rd and 4th January terms towards the 34 credits. January term courses can now count for designations as well as for majors and minors. LAP students can use a 3rd or 4th January term to fulfill their LAP requirements or major requirements, but those courses will still not count towards the 34 course credit total. It's important as you are advising students to check which designations courses carry. Don't assume that because a course carried a certain designation in the LAP curriculum, say NASP, that it carries a similar designation in the Challenge curriculum. Never assume that because a course comes from a particular department, it carries a particular designation. Not all religion courses, for example, carry Theol. Some might carry humanities and global affairs and cultures. Always check what the courses actually carry on My Gustavus. Finally, in the Challenge curriculum, students need 2 sequential semesters of a non-English language at the college level. However, what that means can get tricky with, say, AP credit or students who have high degrees of fluency. Fortunately, the Modern Languages and Literatures departments has a website to help. This very helpful website walks you through multiple scenarios in the various languages. Here again, you don't need to guess or assume because your colleagues have made a very helpful and informative resource available. That's the challenge curriculum in around 5 minutes. If you have more questions or want more details, check out gustavus.edu/challenge.